It is my pleasure to welcome for his address our guest of honor, Dr. Asoka Chiradasa.
Well, this is a great day for you, right? After months and years of blood, sweat and tears, finally you made it. Yes? Yes. Now you think you deserve to have a rest, right? You think that this MBA is going to freewheel you through for the next 4 years of your life, right? Wrong. What you have done, it's like you go to military academy and you pass. All you do is simulated battles. Now from tomorrow, you are in the real battlefield. And that's very different to the simulated battles that you fought in your course. I know that you have sacrificed a lot to get here. I'm sure your partners have forgotten your name. If you have any, that is. I'm sure your children get scared when they see you because they haven't seen you for the last 1.5 years. But despite all of that, there are two forces that will conspire to, I don't want to use the word destroy, but to beat you in your career. The two opponents that you have to counter, one is professional jealousy. Now, I worked abroad for nearly 30 years and I never experienced it. After I came back to Sri Lanka, in 1 year, I knew what professional jealousy was all about. Remember, the higher you fly, the further you fall. So this is one of the lessons. And unfortunately, if you go through your course notes, there's no section called professional jealousy. There's no such thing, right? So you have to, as Honorable Minister said, these are the lessons of life that you have to learn. And until you learn these lives, until you learn these lessons, what you have taught, what you have been taught and what you have learned will not get you very far. So the first challenge you have in the real world is professional jealousy. There's another one that's even more exciting. That, in technical terms, is the second law of thermodynamics. It's called entropy. Entropy is the technical word for chaos. The second law of thermodynamics, by the way, that's the only thing I remember from our university education, is one word, entropy. I thought, wow, this is fantastic. It says the world becomes more chaotic every day. Now, Sri Lanka is a perfect example. You don't mind me saying that, I'm the Deputy Minister. I'm sure he agrees with that. So now what does this mean for you? This means that what you learn, what you sacrifice, your blood, sweat and tears will be obsolete in a few weeks' time. Or maybe a few years' time. But one thing for sure, what you learn today will not be enough for tomorrow. I used to be a fellow member of the British Computer Society. That's the highest professional qualification an IT person could get 15 years ago. Now my knowledge is totally obsolete. I don't even tell people that. So like that, these are the challenges that you have to overcome in your future life. Now, let me give you some hints. How are you going to make this happen? Think back to your childhood. How did you learn to walk? Did you have a teacher? How did you learn to talk? Did you go for speech therapy? And if you had been given a smartphone long before you learned how to read, you would have used it, right? That's what you were born with. So you were born with an incredible amount of creative, intuitive intelligence. Then as you grew older, what happened? You sacrificed music. You sacrificed dancing. You had no time to paint. And theater was out of the question. So while you got your MBA, what happened? How many of you did music while you got your MBA? Music didn't even have time to think about it. Now, why am I saying all this? Because for you to reach your peak performance, as the Honorable Deputy Minister said, you need wisdom, which is knowing what to do next, and you need skills, knowing how to do it. So as a child, you were born with this incredible intuitive intelligence. Agreed? You still have it sleeping inside you. So in order to unleash this, then you end up with what is called whole brain integration. Your MBA showed that your left brain, which is the analytical brain, is functioning very well. But your right brain, which is where the creativity is maybe sleeping a little bit. Why do you think in 2008, the global financial meltdown, the companies, the people who ran these world-leading companies like Bear Stearns, Lehman Brothers, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, these were the top MBAs in the world, the best that money could buy, right? And they totally messed up. Because what happened in 2008 was not in their course notes. Nobody prepared them for the kind of chaos that happened in 2008. Now, 2008, that's a piece of cake compared to what's happening now. In 2008, companies went bankrupt. Now, countries are going bankrupt, or on the verge of going bankrupt. Major economies like Italy, Spain are tottering. Imagine, as Warren Buffett said, he said, one major currency is going to go bust. One major European currency. What happens when that happens? Are you ready for that? Oh God, no, it's not in my course notes. Major currency going bust. I didn't do that. So you have to depend on your creativity. The creativity you had as a child. So what I suggest you do from tomorrow, start doing all the things you haven't done for the last 2 years. Go dancing. You like that? That's how you get your right brain active again. And I'll give you some little hints. If you feel sad, for example, there's a thing called synthetic happiness, which you can create in 20 seconds. Interested? Totally synthetic. You can create it anytime you want. Interested? All you need to do is do it together. Hold a big forced smile for 20 seconds. Ready? Right, do it. Come on, you got to do it, otherwise the hormones don't get activated. Did that work? That's because you didn't smile. That's because there's a program saying, hey, we are MBA students, we don't do this silly stuff. To find your creativity, start doing silly stuff. Because that's what activates the right half of the brain. And in fact, when you do what I just told you, this is pure neuroscience, your brain secretes a hormone called dopamine. Dopamine is a happiness hormone. So there are little tricks like that which are not on your course note, which you have to do. So in a nutshell, I'd like to finish by saying one thing. Success does not make you happy. Happiness brings you success. Remember that. Success does not bring you happiness. Happiness brings you success. I wish you all the best. Thank you.